Hey, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I'm Jabin Postal, and today at the grill, I'm gonna be doing a review of the Woodwind PRO 24-inch pellet grill from Camp Chef. And so just like always, I'm gonna put all the show notes as well as all the details in the description box below for you. So make sure to follow along down there for anything that I miss in this review. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell for more great barbecue recipes and reviews just like this one. And so other than that, let's get into the review. As I said, welcome back to Postal Barbecue. I appreciate you being here. Today at the grill, I want to show you, give you an overview and review of the new 24-inch version Woodwind PRO from Camp Chef. And this has become one of my favorite pellet grills to use right now. And over the years, you've seen on the channel a few different pellet grills, including the previous version of the Woodwind. And so when I compare the two side by side, you can really tell that they've put a little bit more engineering into this model just to solve some of the issues that come up with pellet grills all the time. The number one thing is that when you cook on a pellet grill, you don't often get the smokiness that you want. It's a little more silky, a little more smooth, and oftentimes a little bit undetected, depending on how long it's been on there for or what sort of flavors you're cooking with, really. And so right off the bat, they've introduced the smoke box as well as removed the smoke stack, allowing for a different ventilation system. And so these are some of the things that really help to bring a little bit more smoky flavor and a better cooking experience when cooking on a pellet grill. And you know, I've done a number of different cooks using this grill. I've done a bunch of ribs, I've done pork tenderloins, some vegetables, some chicken wings. You know, the list goes on because I've had this for a couple months now, and I wanted to give a really thorough review. And so one of the things that I really like about this grill right off the bat is the general look. I'm a big fan of stainless and black coming together. And so with the previous model, it was black on the back with a stainless front. This one has been reversed, so a stainless main chamber, but you have the front door, which is now black and powder coated. And one of the things I noticed with the other Woodwind pellet grill that I have is that as you cook and as the smoke comes up the front, it does start to discolor the front of the lid a little bit. And so being black, you're gonna keep that nice sleek look a little bit longer, as well as there's the powder coating on the side where the hopper is, and the legs are also powder coated. Again, just adding to that sleek look to it. Moving around the grill to the left side is where your hopper is. This is a 22-pound hopper, and so if you're buying 20-pound bags of pellets, you can easily fit an entire bag of pellets into the hopper, which is very convenient. You don't have to empty out part of it or only fill it up with half a bag. You can put the whole thing in, just set it and forget it without having to worry about running out of pellets. But if you do want to change your pellets, it's as easy as on the back side. There's a little pull tab, and it allows the pellets just to funnel out of the hopper chamber easily. So if you're starting with, say, a competition blend or an apple, you can really quickly just change that out to, say, cherry or maple on the fly, even sort of mid-cook, because there's going to be enough pellets going through the auger that you can quickly change the flavor of the wood. You'll also notice, just like the previous model, there is a little bit of a window so you can kind of see how many pellets you have left. I do find that the pellets do kind of sink in the middle, so it's not fully accurate, but it gives you a really good idea of how many pellets might be left in the hopper, as well as you have your coveted bottle opener. I love that they include this because it's just one of those little details that when you're cooking, you want to grab another beer or whatever, you just pop it open and you enjoy being out on the patio with your grill. Also at the very back, there is a nice sturdy handle, which is really convenient for a couple reasons. First of all, it allows you to move the grill around the patio really easily. As well, when you're done your cook, you can hang your power cable over that so it's off the ground, just away from the elements. But probably the biggest thing that's on the left side of the cooking chamber is the control board. This is where everything happens, from setting up your temperatures to adjusting the pellet smoke, which is different from the smoke box. The pellet smoke option allows you to go from 1 to 10 to really adjust how much smokiness comes just from the pellets alone. And so the fact that now we have two different options, we can start start with one setting, then bump it up with the smoke box is a really good feature. On the back, like I said, they remove the stack and you have a new venting system. And so the way this works is the smoke comes up, and as it fills up the chamber, and it pushes the smoke down in the chamber until it can finally ventilate out, which means that smoke is really circulating over whatever you're cooking a little bit longer, giving a little bit more smoky flavor, whether you're cooking with just the pellets or adding that with the smoke box. To the right of the chamber, you do have the side shelf. On this one, I have put on the sidekick with the sear box. And the reason why I like this setup is because when it comes to, say, searing something or reverse searing steaks, I can put the steaks into the chamber and then let it come up to temperature slowly, then finish it off with a nice sear using the sear box. And so this combination, I think, is ideal because there is the sidekick on there. It does come with a couple other options. In the previous model that I have, there is a flat top, and so at any moment I can have the grill box, or I can put on the flat top, or I can just leave it just the grate and just cook with a pot or something like that. And so having the capability and the versatility of not just the smoker but also the sidekick makes for a really great combination. Right underneath the grill, you do have your ash bucket, and this is sort of a Camp Chef thing. The fact that all you need to do is pull a little lever, a little bar out that's on the bottom right, and it opens up all the ash that's in your fire pot, which offers a really streamlined way to clean out the ash. You're still gonna have to go in with, say, a shop vac and clean out the insides once in a while, but for the most part, that ash bucket on the bottom really does do a lot when it comes to just everyday maintenance on the grill. All right, so before I get into the grill, let me show you what I'm talking about with the smoke box. And you can see there is some ash that's still in this. I should have probably cleaned it out, but this is what it is. You can see there's the nice handle on the outside, and then a nice heavy-duty stainless smoke box. And all you need to do is take your wood and stick it into the box and just place it back into the grill, and then let the wood chunks or wood chips or even briquettes catch. And it's gonna add an incredible amount of extra smoky flavor into whatever you're cooking. And so this is probably one of the biggest features when it comes to this grill that they've done, because no other pellet grill I've ever seen has this feature, which makes this one sort of stand out from the rest. And so if you're looking for that smoky flavor of, say, a kettle grill or even an offset, this pellet grill is going to really change the way that you cook or even think about what you can do with pellet grills. And so let's open up the grill and just take a look. So right off the bat, you'll notice that there's a ton of stainless. The top racks are stainless. The bottom racks are porcelain coated. And this is often one of the complaints that people have, that wishing that both the top and the bottom racks were both stainless. But for me, I've never had an issue or a problem with that porcelain coated grates. And so this setup for me is okay. The last thing I want to show you is underneath the grill grates, beginning with the diffusion plate. With this one, they've opted to go back to more of a traditional diffusion plate. The previous one had some slots in it with a little door that you could access to allow you to do some searing. And so, like I said, this setup where you've got your cooking chamber and then a sear box on the side is a more ideal situation. So with this one, they went back to just your standard flat. It's actually slightly sloped just so grease can slide down, but there's no openings on it. It's just stainless all along. And then when you remove that, you now have access to the fire pot and the auger and the smoke box chamber. And this is where it becomes a little bit different from your traditional pellet grills, where you first of all see the chamber where the smoke box sits on top of. So it's also going to add a little bit more diffusion to the plate as the smoke comes out, hits the top of that smoke box chamber. It's going to diffuse out, hit the diffusion plate, then go around again. Underneath the smoke box, you have a round lever with a control on the front of the grill, and so you can open it, close, open. When it's in its open position, that's where the fire pot is going to ignite that wood, and then when you close it down, it's going to suffocate that wood a little bit more, and this is where you're going to get some nice smoky flavor throughout the cooking chamber. And then underneath that is your fire pot. Just like in all the previous models, the auger is going to push the pellets into that fire pot. It's going to get lit with the heat rod, and then the fan that's built in is going to blow that around, keeping the heat maintained to wherever you set it to with your control board. And so when it comes to Camp Chef adding the Woodwind Pro to their lineup, I think it was a great choice. I love the functionality and the versatility of this unit specifically because of the smoke box. You know, that's a game changer for sure. I love that I can now control how much smoke I want in a pellet grill, because with the previous model of the Woodwind, I often found that I didn't get as much smoke as I wanted. It was never a problem. In fact, there was a lot of times I preferred cooking on that because of the silky smoothness of the smoke that came from the previous model of Woodwind. And so the fact that now I have more control over the smokiness just for me is great. There are a few things that I wish could be improved on this. The number one thing is the ash bucket slide. This is the component on the bottom that you pull out, and then it allows the ash to fall into the bucket. And with this, there's a little bit of a catch because I love the functionality. I love how easy it is to clean out the previous cook's ash, but at the same time, it does leave a little bit of gaps, which means that until there's enough ash that's built up again in the current cook, there's a little bit of smoke that seeps out through the bottom ash bucket area, coming from underneath the grill and then up. And so during the startup mode and the first, say, 5-10 minutes of the cook, there is that smoke that's not just coming out of the back or in the cracks of the door, but from underneath the grill as well. And so if they did change the design of that and remove the ash sweep, you would lose the convenience. And so for me, having that little bit of extra smoke come from the bottom of the grill during the first startup in the first few minutes of the cook is sort of not really an issue. I just would prefer to have the look and the feel of it just coming out through the top. That's just a preference. But in terms of functionality, it doesn't change the cook at all. And then the last thing I would change out is the porcelain coated grill grates, and just change that to a stainless so that I have stainless on the bottom and on the top. And so other than that, this is an incredible grill. I've really grown to enjoy using it, and you're going to see it in upcoming videos as well. And so I'm going to put all the show notes and everything that I may have missed, like the gasket, which I didn't tell you about until now. They added a gasket to that. I'm going to put everything else that I may have missed in this review down in the description box below, as well as on the website, postalbarbecue.com. And so make sure to check it out, as well as the links to where you can pick this up in your local area. So there you go. That's my review and everything that you need to know for the new Woodwind Pro 24-inch version pellet grill from Camp Chef. If you want to see more barbecue videos or reviews just like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Also, special thank you to all my patrons and channel members for supporting this channel every single week. Until next time, keep that fire lit and get cooking.